Good question. It really went back to growing up, spent a lot of time travelling, and really found a huge passion in doing it. I met James Merrett at university. He became a very good friend. We both realised we loved travelling. After university, went and worked in different careers, and also came across a lot of people who had that same wanderlust as us, but couldn't find someone to go to who really understood them, what they wanted to do, what they wanted to get out of it. And we took some time out to travel ourselves. And one night, deep in the Australian Outback, we sat there and thought, do you know what? We've been talking about doing a business. Travel's in our blood. We see there's a gap in the market from the people we've been working with who have been talking about wanting to find a company for people like me. We think we can do it, and that's what became Black Tomato. Different and better. Key questions always. What stands you apart? For us, we flipped it slightly from a traditional travel company who would always talk about the destination first. And for us, we realised that our consumer wanted someone who really could manage their needs and the type of time off they wanted, rather than just saying, this is the place, you've got to come here. So we let the people understand that we understood their lifestyle challenges and that they could come to us even without a destination in mind and say, look, I've had a killer 6 months, this deal's fallen through, or I've just completed a huge project. I need some beach time, or I want to go and have an adventure, but I don't know where. You guys seem to know these places. Give me some inspiration. So it was very much showing that we understood the market first, and then overlaying the destination knowledge. Obviously having to know the destinations inside out, but perhaps rather than just putting loads of countries out there and saying to our people, well, you pick where you were going to go. We're saying, have a conversation with us. If you're feeling in need of some adrenaline, some stylish time, some hit time, these might suit. On the other hand, just talk to us. So market first, but destinations as important, but just a little bit behind. Technology, how we work with it on the back end to improve the customer experience is crucial. It's always a pinch point for a small business when you're growing. You go from being a very manual business, you run off sort of very basic spreadsheets and very laborious processes because you might not have the investment or the setup to run it, but clearly there comes a time where you need to improve that area. In the last 18 months we've done that. So what have we done? We've put in CRM systems that allows us to understand our customer better, run analysis better, and allow our customers to interact with us better in terms of products they may like. We can understand how they travel through the website. We can then cater certain marketing shots to engage with them. We've also put some WebEx technology in from Cisco, which is allowing us to share itineraries literally sort of over the internet and on PCs with people, so you can be on the phone, be taking them through documents. Really finding different levels on the back end to improve the level of service, so understanding the audience, the customer base we've got better, and going through it on a regular basis to make sure that we really know who we're talking to. But then putting some stuff on the front end, so using things like WebEx, basic things like Skype as well, to keep costs down for our customers and give them more options. So always looking at that and realise that really to grow a business that you want to become scalable, technology needs to underpin it, and if you get the right technology, it improves the customer experience and brings some scalability. When you go from being 3 people who are doing everything and are obsessed with the business, ensuring that personal touch is crucial and is a challenge. But I think, for me personally, if you really understand your brand and the integrity of your brand, and if a key part of your brand is being personal, then you make sure that imbues everything you do, no matter how big you get. And as a business gets bigger, clearly there are more touch points for the customer to engage with you. There may be more opportunities for you to get things wrong. But if you set a very clear structure which says, in the way we communicate with our customers, perhaps through tone of voice, in the way we allow them to interact with us, if being personal is what you're about, that has to be at the forefront of how you plan, and a combination of good process, recognition of its importance, and then hiring really good people who get that as well. And you take your eye off that, and I don't know, I just find it ironic that you can build a business known for being personal, and then you take your eye off it, and suddenly you lose what was one of your key USPs. So it is possible, but I think the thing that makes it possible is an obsession with being personal. I think it's helping, for sure. We have extremely good rates of loyalty with our customers who we find once they've engaged with Black Tomato and booked a trip with us, they come back on a regular basis, which is fantastic. And we talk to our customers a lot and understand what are the reasons why they come back to us, other than hopefully the core product we offer. And one of the things that always comes across in their answers is it's the personal service, it's the attention to detail, it's the fact you really want to understand just what I want to get out of my trip. And that's helping undoubtedly in this economy from people who've travelled with us before. But then I think because our staff know that personal service is so important, we have people that always go the extra mile, a fantastic set of staff who wow on a daily basis. And I think what that does, even when there may be less business around, if you impress someone that strongly with your personal service, it encourages fantastic word of mouth. I mean, great personal service stimulates word of mouth rapidly. So I think the focus on that is helping us both with loyalty rates, but also with new business that's been won, encouraging word of mouth that is being picked up quite regularly. The first bit of advice is to almost take a step back and think why you started the business in the first place. And one of the reasons, and certainly in our experience it was, is that we were putting ourselves in the shoes of our future customers. And so you'd say, well, what would I want as a customer, this idea we've got, to give me? And that's what we try and do on a regular basis. And you can often get caught up in the business and don't really get a chance to come up for air. But you take a step back, think, actually, don't think of me as the business owner, think of me as the customer. Is what I'm getting from Black Tomato in this instance exactly what I want? And actually, could they do more for me? So keep putting yourself back in the shoes of the customer. On another piece of advice, talk to your customers. It's a cliche, it gets said all the time in the business world, but they are the most important part of your business. Without them, you're nothing. And listen to them. They have advice for you, and most of them want you to do better. If they're your customers, they've taken an interest in your products and bought off you. Don't take their feedback lightly. At the same time, don't overreact to some comments. You can't base a business on reacting strongly to every bit of negative or different opinionated feedback. But at the same time, if you start listening and you see a consensus over a certain area of customer service, listen to it. If you're not prepared to listen to it and do anything about it, you're probably in the wrong business and you need to do something different. So keep listening to the customer, put yourself in their shoes on every occasion possible, and don't be too proud.